Welcome to my channel. I'm Nicolette Amarillas. I'm an exercise coach and a posture and movement specialist, and I'm so glad you're here at my channel. Today's mobility class is meant to be done in the morning, as the title suggests, but even more importantly, in bed. Yep, you don't even have to leave your bed. You're welcome. This mobility class is pretty much all supine, so laying on your back with exercises that you can do in bed, or if you want, you can do it on a mat like I'm going to do today with you. We have a few exercises that we'll be doing that'll be stretching the back of the body, a few that stretch the hips and the hamstrings, as well as the shoulders and the neck. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. I'm sure you're already there, but let's get on to our back. Once you're on your back, give yourself a nice gentle hug of the knees, driving the knees in toward the chest. I like to start off my morning stretches like this because the back of my body tends to be pretty tight. Now, if you want to enhance the stretch, just simply bring your chin up toward your knees. Inhale and exhale. Lifting that head, feeling a deep stretch through the back of the neck. No need to rush this by going into a really deep stretch. Just bring it up as much as you can, creating as much stretch that's comfortable. And with time, you'll be able to get deeper and deeper. From here, drop the head down if your head is up and drop your legs, bringing your feet to the floor and knees up toward the ceiling. I want you to extend your left side and then bring your right leg up into a tabletop position toward the ceiling and then drop it over onto your left side for a supine twist. Your right hand is going to come out straight to the side to create the shape of a T, and then bring your left hand over your right knee just to create a little bit of emphasis for that knee to drop down. The goal here is to be able to press the knee to the floor, but also being able to maintain that opposite shoulder toward the floor as well. So we don't want that shoulder to lift. So only press that knee down as much as you can before the shoulder really starts to lift. So I'm feeling a big stretch through my chest on the right side of the arm that's out and the outside of my right hip for the leg that's crossed over. Let's slowly switch sides. Other leg comes up, tabletop, and cross it over. Now my left hand is reaching out. I can already tell I'm more tight on this side. My left knee is definitely not dropping as low. Now I'm a back sleeper, so I do tend to feel a little bit more tightness through my glutes, through my low back, a little bit of my mid back, and I also sleep on my side. So I find tension definitely on the sides of my body, just from being curled up into a ball. A few more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly untwist. And then come back to that right leg. And we're going to bring the right leg up. Left leg is going to extend down toward the floor. Grab your right thigh, so your hamstring. Bend that knee, and then bring your toes towards your shins, okay? From here, extend that right knee as much as you can while keeping the toes toward the shins. So that might mean that you might not extend the knee all the way, and that's okay. Keep pulling that leg towards your chest gently to create some length in the hamstring. We'll hold here for 30. You'll notice that my leg is not straight. I'm not forcing my leg to be straight. I'm really concentrating more on keeping the toes towards my shins because that's getting an extra emphasis of stretch through the calf. And it's also not compromising the health of my hamstring by overstretching it, especially because it's morning. If you want, you can mobilize it by bending the knee and straightening. Again, because we're not trying to go super hard right when we wake up, right? Okay, let's go into the other side. Leg comes up, grab behind the thigh, toes towards your shins to flex the foot, and then extend the knee. Again, very light. I'm starting to feel a stretch, but I'm not forcing anything super strong or super intense. I'd rather you have more knee bend than overstretching. I'm going to bend my knee and straighten a little bit just to create some work, some blood flow through this left side. We'll go for 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now back to the other side again. I'm gonna have you drop that left leg straight, the one you were just straightening, and have it on the floor. Then bend the knee and bring the knee of the right leg toward the ceiling with the foot on the floor. Watch me for just a second, or just listen to my cues. So this right leg is pressed into the floor. I'm gonna push through that right heel to basically roll onto my left hip. This is gonna open up the right side of my body while also working the glute and hamstring just barely of the right side. So I'm rolling onto my left hip and then I'm coming back down. My arms are out in the shape of a T with the palms facing up. Go ahead and join me if you aren't already. I like to inhale as I lift. Exhale as I lower. This isn't about creating a ton of work. It's simply about moving through a healthy range of motion. We're just trying to wake up the body. With my arms out in the shape of a T, I'm also emphasizing a little bit more stretch through my obliques and through the side of my body and through the pecs, which is nice. I'm gonna do one more and then we'll switch. As usual, I've kind of lost track of time for this side. So we're just going based on vibe. Okay, other leg, let's switch. Leg comes up and push through that left heel now, rolling onto the right hip, stretching and opening the left side of the body while working the back of the left side. Okay, I'm gonna try and keep time this time. I really love this one. It's so simple. It's nothing extraordinary, but doing it single-sided and rolling onto that opposite side just helps open up my spine so much. And I love the stretch that I get through like my core and my obliques and my stomach. Feels really good. Let's do about 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. I think that was more than 5, but you know what? It's how much I love this exercise. Okay, now you're gonna lay on your side. You have a handy dandy pillow because you're likely in bed, but if you're not in bed, if you're like me, grab a yoga block or even like a foam roller or something soft because you're gonna lie on your side and you're gonna place your head on it. Now let's bring our knees to a 90-degree angle in front of our hips, okay? From here, bottom arm, so I'm on my left side, bottom arm, palm facing up, straight out in front of me. From here, I'm gonna reach my top arm, so my right side, to cover my left hand, and then I'm gonna slide my hand along my chest, open up with a big twist. I'm facing the ceiling now, T position with my arms, then I'm gonna reverse it and come back. Let's do it. Sliding my hand across my chest, opening up into that T position, keeping my knees in contact though. So that might be something you're not paying attention to, which is normal. Try and keep your knees touching each other the whole time. That way we emphasize the rotation of the torso and the stretch in the hips and the stretch in the chest. I'm gonna do one more. Big stretch in my chest and even in my bicep, which feels nice. Okay, let's switch. I'm gonna come over to the other side, but obviously you can just rotate. Lying the head down. Now for me, the right arm is down, palm faces up, left arm comes up and over the right side. Let's go. Inhale as you slide open. Now, if you don't want to hit your sleeping partner, you can always just keep your elbow bent as you reach over. For me, I've got plants in the way. Still emphasizing that stretch of the chest, keeping the knees in contact so that you get a nice big twist. Let's do one more. And now for the first time, we'll come up into a seated position. You're welcome to sit at the edge of your bed with your feet over and your feet on the floor. If you're like me on a mat, you can just sit with your legs crossed. We're going into a seated side stretch. So let's bring our right hand down toward the floor or toward the bed, and then reach the left arm up and over and reach toward the right, reaching the palm and creating length through the arm. Now the key here is to push through the hand that's on the bed or the floor that then pushes the left hip down. The more we can move the hip and the hand in the opposite directions, the bigger stretch we're going to get. Now, if you open up your body, you might notice the stretch moves a little bit. If you close off your body, you'll notice you get a deeper stretch to the backside. So maybe you investigate a little bit, find where you're most tight and hold there. Don't forget to keep driving that left hip down. Slowly come back up and let's switch. Other side down and other side reaches. The hip of that arm that's reaching presses down toward the floor, and the arm reach creates length as much as we can. Try opening up to the ceiling. See what that feels like, and then closing off, opening toward the floor. That for me, that's it right there. That's what I need. I'm going to do about 10 more seconds here, and then we've got one more stretch, and then we're done. Okay, slowly come up. Let's do a seated twist. So if you're in bed, you don't have to move. Feet can be on the floor. I'm going to bring my left hand to my right knee and my other hand to the floor, creating a nice, tall, strong twist. And again, it's the morning, so there's really no need to overdo this. This doesn't have to be the biggest twist you've ever done, okay? Maybe with each exhale, you try rotating a little bit more, only if it feels right. Let's switch. Right hand to left knee, left hand to the floor. Lift and open the chest, get tall, get proud, and rotate. Lifting the collarbones, squeezing the shoulder blades together, preparing the body for the rest of your day, knowing that you started off with something that your body's going to thank you for. We're done in 3, in 2, and 1. Slowly untwist. Now that is how we start a day. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you again here soon, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm Nicolette Amarillas. Bye-bye.